yummy Yuletide greeting to you all. Christmas comes but once a year, they say, which is quite obvious, really, if you look in the average diary. I've got a mountain of things to do here before the angels awake, so while I fiddle with this fine bird, you can feast your mince pies on the very best of Gamesmaster. Choice archive clips from the past 5 years, a series of televisual tinsel testament to the fact that we are officially the most watched show in the history of the world. Now, if Gamesmaster's about anything apart from me, it's about boys and girls coming in bucket loads onto the show to test their gaming prowess. This is living proof that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it witty, erudite or physically attractive.
To the killer groove.
What have you brought down for you here? My joystick. Hey, what's the challenge tonight?
It's one period on Mario the E15.
How do you fancy that one, Curly?
I've never even heard of it. The man played it.
Mega Man, is that one of your favourite games?
No, unfortunately.
And you've had slightly more experience on the game than Jason. Does that make you the favourite?
I think so, yeah. I'm going to whip his ball straight into shape.
Now, Stephen, you want to be an actor?
Yeah, going to.
Yeah. Go on then, do some acting.
Okay.
That's very good.
Very, very fancy indeed.
Joystick wasn't functioning.
The mouse was still a bit funny.
It was the gun, it was terrible.
Controllers were, I didn't know.
Hand slipped.
I'm not happy with the umpire.
Joystick was rigged.
I think I had too many pints last night.
It's the game, it's the joystick, it's the whole thing.
I agree.
Well, the first of our 5 games that shaped the games industry is Sonic the Hedgehog on the Mega Drive. It defined the whole platform genre. Mario, I hear you shout. Well, the thing with Mario was, playable though it was, the graphics were not that much of a progression from the old days of the C64 and the Spectrum. Sonic was the first example of what the new 16-bit consoles could do. It looked great, it ran super fast, and it sparked a whole market boom. Apart from the glorious graphics and speed, the beauty of Sonic was its simplicity. Anyone could pick it up and play it, but if you gave it time, you had to be really good to master it. And a recent survey proved that amongst children, Sonic is the 3rd best-known personality in the world, behind Michael Jackson and Mickey Mouse. Sonic is definitely the daddy of the console boom, and he deserves respect.
I can hear fumblings upstairs. That must be the angels stirring themselves, which means any minute now they'll burst in and demand I give them one of their presents. Only a couple of minutes left for me to finish with the vegetables. And we've had lots of young people in the consultation zone since the show began. Gamesmaster, the venerable sage stroke mainstay of my show, has borne them all with a patient shrug. But even he can only take so much, and at times the strain has showed.
Yes, it is Christmas. And even I sometimes feel like wallowing in nostalgia. Hello, young scamp. Let me guess. You've got a problem.
On the Adams Family on the Super Nintendo, I just can't get anywhere at all. Can you help me?
What a pitiful plea.
How can I destroy the Dust Dragon?
Foolish boy.
Hello, Gamesmaster.
Oh dear, you are in need of help.
Hello, Games Master. On Zelda 3. Zelda 3. Zelda 3. Zelda 3. Zelda 3. Zelda 3.
Frankly, young man, that sort of question offends my intellect and doesn't deserve to be asked.
Hello, Gamesmaster. I am having trouble with my soggy flange.
Hello, Morisha. How good of you to pay me a visit.
Hello, Gamesmaster.
Good Lord, what are you doing up here? Well, blow me. Oh, yes, that's more like it. Next, let's party. Ooh, Cantonar. Good Lord. How terribly upsetting. Right.
Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo created an entire new genre for the beat-em-up fan. Special moves like the fireball had been unseen before. It created a new learning curve in respect that special moves themselves are very difficult to perform. That meant even the most hardened of game player had a lot to learn in the game. Street Fighter 2 also created the genre of beat-em-ups such as Mortal Kombat and Virtua Fighters. And even today we're seeing Virtua Fighters 2 extend the life of what must have been the most hardest, the best tournament game that was ever created. Hands up to Street Fighter 2, it was biffery at its best.
Unable to resist the lure of my gleaming baubles, the Angels have come down and are adding the final decorative touches to this Christmas scene. Merry Christmas, girls.
Merry Christmas.
Now, it's no secret that I only accept the lavish wages that come with the show, so I can slap famous boys heartily on the back and flirt shamelessly with famous, attractive ladies, often with fantastic success.
This is very nice, actually.
When they came on the show, Take That were spotty nobodies. I personally launched them onto the road to fame, and have they thanked me? No, except for Robbie, who I got engaged to earlier on this year. In a bizarre prediction of their future, the boys furiously fought each other on Super Bomberman.
Right, boys, now I know that all of you like a little waggle now and again, but come clean, who is the best games player in Take That?
Obviously me.
Pick up.
The more bombs you can Well,
lay.
as it turned out, the very thin Gary died first.
Oh, no, someone's gone. Blue squad.
A pre-dreadlocked Howard died next. And Cute Mark followed soon after, leaving Robbie and Jason to fight it out.
It's a stalking game now. It's all about thinking and trapping your opponent.
This is getting very tense here. The crowd's going, So Jason's down and Robbie is the winner!
Next up, Jimmy White, the toppest bloke in the world of green baize. He had to clear his snooker table before the computer cleared its virtual one. And he had to do all of this while still having less hair than me.
This is it. Glorious queuing action.
Round goes in. The computer's got himself in a bit difficult one with the blue there.
That's right.
It's got an extra kiss on it.
Not much of a whirlwind going on that Mega Drive.
Lines up the blue, yes, the blue's in.
Perfect shot. Jimmy's cruising
And now they're
back
both
here.
on the pink. It's level peg in the computer and Jimmy. Yes, the pink's in one
perfect
more.
shot. It's got a
And
really
the
tricky black
computer
here.
is possible, both on the black. Can Jimmy do it? He's gone for the treble.
The black.
Gets a double kiss on it.
Oh, just misses it.
The computer's about to take the shot. This is going to be desperately close.
Jimmy Six said he's done it!
Now we move on to Vic Reeves, officially the second funniest man ever to grace the show, who came on to shamelessly plug Comic Relief, officially the second unfunniest thing ever. Let's see if Vic can do
Vic's
this
challenge
thing.
involved trying to protect a sleepwalking little kid from a vengeful snake. He was pants.
Okay, nice one.
Now hit the snake, otherwise Lee's going to get hit
Hit
a
the
few times.
snake. Get the snake, Vic, get the snake!
Oh,
Bad luck, sir. It was very poor.
I feel it's very poor indeed, and I can only apologise to the little boy in his toga and return to my Kaplunk and Airfix kit.
Listen, Vic, what was the problem with the snakes there?
I've always feared snakes. Anybody who breathes through the tongue,
Like that?
anybody like that, has got something wrong with them.
When Hacksaw Jim Duggan came onto Series 2, he was living proof that although the WWF might be totally rigged, the mental imbalance of its participants is all too real.
But I flew all the way over here this morning especially to play this game, and these folks don't want to play this game. As a matter of fact, I don't think I want to talk to you anymore out here, so let me make it fair and square. I've got one thing in mind, and that's to play some games, and I'm going to play. Here I come. This way. Clear. Here I come every time. How about you? How about you?
They don't want any of this.
Where am I going to find somebody? You go.
Oh, he's found someone. Round of applause for our brave volunteer.
But there is no doubt in my mind who my favourite celebrity guest of all time is. It's sad, it's heterosexually predictable, but it was Jay Dean who showed us every inch of her personality on Alpine Racer.
OK, then, like I say, we've got about 1/5 of the course to go. There's about 11 seconds left now. She basically cannot afford to miss a gate. Missed one gate there, 8 seconds left. We can see the end in sight though, Kirk. She might just do this.
I'm worried about her progress, but there is a small, very small chance that she'll pull it off.
This is it, one more gate to go through. 3, 2, she's got to go through this gate. 1-0 now, she can get to the finishing line before it stops. She's through the finishing line. Jay Dean has got the challenge.
Possibly the most important games release of 1994, Seventh Guest both stunned and confused gamers all over the world with its combination of non-linear gameplay and stunning graphics. Stripped bare, it's basically just a combination of mind-bending puzzles, but as a whole, it's a gothic games-playing experience.
Bring him here!
With its high-quality rotoscope graphics and full-motion video, Seventh Guest showed gamers something they had never seen before, and it gave them a taste of what programmers could really achieve on the new CD-ROM format. It could be blamed for sparking the whole PC boom, actually. Now, some of you might say, Doom, why isn't Doom in our top 5? Well, Doom came along on the crest of the PC wave, but Seventh Guest was there at the ripple.
Now, before we dine on this bulging banquet, I'd just like to say thank you to all you for sending in your Christmas cards. Remember, there is a prize for everyone that I read out. This is a particularly lovely one. Dearest Dominic, Merry Christmas to you and the Gamesmaster team. Remember, this is a time when we should think of those less fortunate than ourselves. Lots of love, Princess Diana. Oh, P.S. I told you I'd keep your name out of that Panorama programme. Coming up in part 2, more choice slices from the history of Gamesmaster, plus some clips from Series 3. Back in a minute. Welcome back. Can I say for the record that I hated that red jacket and was forced to wear it at gunpoint. However, there was one costume which was even worse. For Series 3, the producer made me shrink, wear a boiler suit, don an unruly black wig, and speak in a barely believable Cockney accent.
Hello and welcome to the all-new thumb-numbing, joystick-thrashing Gamesmaster. That means Sandy wins the Gamesmaster. Don't the joystick! He's gone banana!
Are you good at it? No problem. No trouble. You're gonna win? No problem. You're not scared of him? No problem. Okay.
All right, okay, let's find out what they're saying.
No trouble.
Yeah. Hello, and welcome to Gamesmaster Team Championship. Now, we've got 2 teams left battling out for a place in our championship semi-final. 3 more teams are going to be battling out for a place in our championship semi-final. Macho Man and Randy Savage battling out on the challenge.
The following interview technique is called repeat everything anyone says.
I'll thrash everyone.
You'll thrash everyone?
No, it's Chris, not the team captain.
Chris, team captain?
He got lucky.
He got lucky?
He did get lucky.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
I'm the Don, mate. I am the Don. You are the Don. When it comes to computer games, I'm the Don. Have you got a computer then? No, I haven't got a computer. You haven't got a computer? I'm still a Don then. Keep watching, all right. Battling out. Whispering.
Well, I only got 4 words to say to you, Derek, and that's we're simply the best.
My name's Dexter, actually.
Ridge Racer sparked off the 32-bit generation with a bang. It was the first game that many people had seen on the PlayStation thanks to it being packaged with the import version, and it was more than impressive. It was a yardstick by which all 32-bit games will now be compared. It was fast, it was smooth, and it moved around huge sprites at such a rate that you could not believe. We finally had what we could play in the arcades in your own home. Thanks to its graphics and its incredible rave music throughout, it was more a multimedia experience and therefore was interesting even to people who have not previously considered a console or to play games. It truly marked the birth of the next generation machine and the next generation game.
Next corner's up. In our review section, we've seen more atrocious games than a Crystal Palace season ticket holder. However, that's still no excuse for the sheer atrocity of reviewers' haircuts, which you, the audience, have had to suffer over the years. Let's take a look at a few of them. Yes, it's time for Gamesmaster's Top 5 Worst Reviewer Haircuts. At 5, it's Julian Rignall's 1993 Dead Skunk look. Don't try this at home, kids.
The only trouble is that it's too easy.
Number 4 is John Davidson's Is He a Man or a Woman? Heavy metal perm curtain effect.
Just avoid it like the plague.
The bizarrely named Radeon Automatic is number 3. Radeon sports the infamous I can only afford half a haircut style.
Possibly doubtful.
At number 2, Peter Scott for his profoundly disturbing shredded wheat in a thunderstorm look.
It's about as much fun to play with as a box of used tissue.
But the undisputed number 1 is Julian Rignall's 1992 effort, a gigantic structure blending several bad haircuts into one horrendous whole. Top work, Julian.
It's not the sort of game that I'd rush out and buy.
We've always maintained a furiously high standard of television entertainment on Gamesmaster, but there's a few moments which bring a lump to my throat and comfort me as I lurch gracefully through the dotage and incontinence of old age. Here's a few. Light! My TV debut took place on Tuesday the 7th of January 1992. I still find it hard to accept that the soft, smiley, pathetic creep that graced the screen was actually me.
Thank you very much and welcome to Gamesmaster, television's first ever video game magazine show. Especially designed for people out there who find Pictionary pointless and Kerplunk a waste of marbles. So, if you've ever dazzled your local arcade inhabitants with your hard-driving prowess, or simply enjoyed a waggle of your joystick in the privacy of your own bedroom, this is the show you've been gagging for.
Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. For 1992's Christmas show, I demonstrated hitherto unknown talents as I led the audience in a Sinatra-threatening rendition of Oh, Come All Ye Faithful.
Well, we're off now, but may peace descend upon all your homes this Yuletide season. And don't forget the Christmas spirit. Be nice to your elders, eat your greens, and most of all, Christmas is forgiving.
A technical fault in Series 3's Team Championship final meant that the team who looked like they would have won, didn't. The more astute of you might be able to detect a twinge of disgruntlement in their post-challenge chat.
Liam, do you want to say anything?
Not really.
No, I'm not surprised. No, well, they're stunned into submission, so we're going to give them a Gamesmaster golden joystick at least. Don't you think that's the least we can do? Yeah!
Oh, I bet that made them happy. Young Martin Mathers had the length of the show to play straight through Virtua Cop, achieving the maximum score. In a hair-raising finale, Martin reached the end-of-level boss with just seconds to go before we were forced off air.
Come on, Martin!
Well, this trigger finger action has really tired Martin. You can see how slow he is now, whereas before he was piling bullets into the enemies. Now he's much, much slower.
Come on, Martin, only a couple more clicks left. We're getting dangerously close to the end of transmission.
He won't have finished his challenge. If he doesn't do it in time, that's
it. He's put up the bus. Let's see what the score is. Has he got the maximum? And the maximum score, yes, 9,999,999. Martin has done it, that's it, that's all we've got time for. No time for a formal presentation, so, oi, Martin, well done, mate.
During Series 4, contestants Lee and David seemed less concerned with their challenge than they did with their own personal bickering about their bizarre romantic lives.
Right, Lee, we'll start with you. Before the show, we said to you, who's your favourite babe? And you said Emma. Now, who is Emma?
It's just someone I know, and I ain't seen her. Nothing, it's just someone I know.
You're not seeing her? She's not a girlfriend of that?
No, she ain't.
Oh, she is a girlfriend?
Yeah, she is. Like your 12-year-old girlfriend. Shut up! That was a lie. That was a lie. Forget about that. That was an accident. He always danced with his 12-year-old girl. That was an accident. Accident? She was about that tall?
That was an accident. No, that ain't fair. That ain't fair.
I don't think we need to do the challenge. I think we should just time you guys arguing.
Well, this is an unexpected addition to our chart because Mario 64 isn't even out yet, but already it is being heralded as a game that could reshape the way the industry thinks. The Ultra 64 is the only machine that could possibly throw a shadow over the rise of the Saturn and the PlayStation this Christmas. And Nintendo have been very brave. They've used Mario, their main icon. Even Sega didn't dare use Sonic in their early next-generation games. The game itself, it's notable, is not an arcade conversion. It's actually a whole new game being developed specifically for playing in your front room and emphasizes Nintendo's target, which is the family unit.
Like the cut of my trousers, some things defy categorization. So before we go, here's a pick and mix of Gamesmaster moments proving we are the last bastion of variety entertainment.
Settle down. Yes, it's New Year's Eve on the Games Playing Resort, the one night of the year I can shed my red coat garb and slip into something a bit more feminine.
Welcome to Gamesmaster. I used to think all light entertainment shows were the same, but then again, I used to like records before I discovered CDs.
Scott, plank. Dola, plank. George, you came so very, very close, but ultimately, plank.
And let's get rid of these flowers first of all, because they're not nearly blokey enough. My mother is a massive athletics fan, big fan of all three. Could you give her a quick wave in the camera 3 there? That's to Paula. All right, excellent.
Great.
If you don't mind, guys, just giving her a quick little wave to my mum, Paula.
Hello, Paula. Hi.
That is brilliant. If you could just give a little wave to her in camera 3 to Paula. Hello, Paula.
Hello, Paula.
Let loose, go into the cage. Now, is it true at the tender age of 13 you did social anthropology at Oxford University?
No.
Pants. Pants, 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 actually.
Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
You starting? Well, heaven's festivities are nearly over, and soon the angels and I will be safely tucked up in bed once more. That also signals the end of our Christmas rumble through Gamesmaster's large historical sack. And here's to 5 more years of adding to your television jollies and my vintage car collection. We'll be back at the same time next week, but even funnier. And remember, life is a lot like Christmas. Your mate always gets the bigger bike. God bless. Oh, pants. And don't forget, next week we'll be announcing the winner of our Next Generation What is Dominic's favourite game of all time competition. So now you know.
Ah, humbug.